Hello and welcome to another Ask Kev Anything. Ask me anything. It's insanity. You know what? Ask Kev Anything has been going on for years now. And I feel like I've let you guys down. Because do you realize I haven't done an Ask Kev Anything in nearly a fucking year? Nearly a year. It's insanity. I'm not answering questions. I'm still doing that, you know, through other videos, through YouTube, through Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. But fuck, man, I haven't done an Ask Kev Anything. Officially, the last one is number 29, which dates back July of last year. Oh, God. No, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, so here it is for you guys. It's fucking hot, man. Look at that. Unbutton that a little bit. Yeah, that's for all the ladies out there. That's for all the ladies out there. For the 2 ladies out there that actually watch my shit, man. That's for you. It's for you. So, here it is. Ask Kev Anything number 30. 30! Oh! So, sit down, stick around, and as always, enjoy. So, Ask Kev Anything 30. Here it is. So, I did something a little different this time, because I get questions from everywhere from YouTube from my website, Twitter, you know. I decided to go to Facebook this time. On my Facebook page. If you haven't visited my Facebook page yet, what the fuck? Really? Oh, guys, right there, man. Ah. So, if you haven't visited my Facebook page, go to my website, and there's a link there to get to it. And Twitter as well, actually, but we're talking about Facebook right now. So, I asked the peeps that follow me there, or don't follow me. What the fuck? There's no following in Facebook, or is there? I don't know. Anyway, the people who are on Facebook that actually post the shit, that read my fucked up comments that I try to post daily. You guys are awesome, by the way. And you guys heeded the call, asked me some questions. And before I used to hold paper, you know, like 6 years ago, when I was doing this shit, I was holding paper in my hand. Now I'm holding a fucking iPhone. The questions are written down. It's right here. It doesn't have to be on fucking paper, on a fucking laptop. It's on my device. It's insanity. The world's insane. Technology's crazy. Crazy. Alright. For those who've asked, I'm not on any drugs. This is just me being excited. Excited to deliver you the fans, the shit. I'm trying to deliver the shit. I'm in labor and I'm having shit. And I need to deliver it. So, yeah. Holy fuck. Can you tell none of this is rehearsed? This is all ad-lib, by the way. And these questions, I haven't even gone through them. Well, maybe the first one. So I don't even know what the fucking questions are. So, alright. Question number 1 from Jacob Fils. Or Phils. Sorry if I pronounce any of your names wrong, guys. And 2 gals that watch me but never wrote a comment. Ask him anything. What is your favorite movie of all time? What are your thoughts about me? It's a bit peculiar. And why are you so awesome? Well, can't argue that. Let's start with, what do you think of me? I think you are awesome, Jacob. You're awesome because you watch my fucking... you watch my verbal diarrhea that I spew on YouTube. You post on the Facebook. You're part of the DCompose clique. You're a decomposer. That's why you're awesome. And probably other things, but those are things that I know you to be awesome for. Favorite movie of all time? Well, I mean, if you watch some of my stuff, it's not really a secret, but for those of you who don't know, who are new to DCompose, you're like, who the fuck is this crazy ginger? My favorite movie of all time, yes, is Jaws. The movie Jaws, the greatest movie ever made. Now people are like, Jaws? It's okay, but Jaws, whatever. It's just like a horror movie. Listen, forget about the fact that it's a good movie. It set the bar. The highest grossing summer movie of all time. Actually, the highest grossing movie of all time at the time. It started the summer box office. All this shit we see today, Avengers, Iron Man, fucking Spider-Man, Batman, all those fucking big blockbuster summer movies are because of Jaws. We owe that fucking movie a gratitude of debt. We owe it. We owe it. They are a creditor. We owe it. Not to mention, I'm a huge fan of great white sharks. Love great white sharks. Ever since I actually first saw Jaws as a kid, have a huge passion for the animals, so what better movie? And not to mention, it won Academy Awards. It's always at the top of the best movies list. It is a staple of cinematic history. Staple! Staples, like not the store staples, but a staple, like the kind you fucking get the machine and you push on it, it holds paper together. That kind of staple. It's awesome. So yeah, Jaws has always been my favorite movie of all time. Why am I so awesome? Whew, wow. There's so many answers. Put it this way. If you think I'm awesome, that's very cool, very flattering. You know, awesome for you for thinking that. Some people may not think so. I don't know. What makes anybody awesome? Sometimes being awesome, being original, being who you are. And that's the message that I've tried to push through all my videos, is being genuine and being who I am. And if people like it, awesome. If some people hate it, fuck them. I don't give a shit. I've been trolled since day one and I do not give a fuck. Obviously, because I've stayed with the program, stayed with doing videos, putting myself out there on YouTube since 2006. Not very many people can say that. When I first started reviewing Transformers, reviewing comic books, it had never been done before. From what I know, from what I see today on YouTube, or what the videos and the dates and all that, I'm the fucking grandfather of this shit. I started this shit. Sure, there's people that have more subscribers than me and all that. That doesn't bother me. It never did. It never did. Because the important thing to me has always been to entertain you and to be genuine when I do it. Sit in front of this camera, act like a fucking idiot. There's nobody zooming in, zooming out, filming this shit. I got no fucking crew. This isn't designed by Hollywood. This is me. This is who I am. Doing this, and after taking this video, sitting on a computer and editing it myself. Like, all the shit you see on my YouTube show is me. I did it. I did it. Well, some little things I guess some people helped with once in a while. Some little scenes you might see filmed that are filmed by other people with a camera. That does happen. Yes, sorry. I gotta put a pop up to them. But for the most part, it's a camera, it's a tripod. I edit this shit. I had to learn how to do all this shit on my own. So, yeah. If that makes me awesome, then awesome. Alright, next question. That one took a little longer than I thought it would. So, it's going to be interesting. Charles Montez writes, your thoughts on Iron Man 3 in less than 1 minute. So I already did a review on Iron Man 3, but he wants my thoughts on Iron Man 3 in 1 minute. And who am I? Who am I not to give him what he wants? Look at my chef. Look at him. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy chef. It's not Swedish though, but alright. I don't even know if this thing works. Let's try to do 1 minute. Here? Oh, I gotta move back up. Alright. This is so not going to be a minute, but fuck it. Iron Man 3, what do I think about it? Alright, the movie was good. It wasn't great. It was okay. It's kind of in line with the second one. I I guess I kind of like the second one a little more, probably because of War Machine and all that, but so it's not quite as good as the second. It's definitely not as good as the first. It's not a bad movie. It's entertaining. It almost feels rushed in some places a little bit. People complain about the whole Avengers hangover. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's the fact that Avengers was just so awesome that now I'm looking at this, I'm like, it's not quite as cool. Still good though. Wasn't really happy with the fact that the Mandarin was portrayed as a fake guy named Trevor. Even though it was funny, kind of. Yeah, it was kind of funny. But it's just, no, not the Mandarin. You could have done it with somebody else. Mandarin's supposed to be one of Iron Man's biggest villains. So, forgive me if I'm talking too fast. What else about Iron Man 3? I find the movie was rushed. I find his whole panic attack thing. I take panic attacks. I suffer from OCD. I suffer from depression. I'm used to what a panic attack is. His panic attacks aren't really panic attacks. I'm like going, I can't breathe. Then runs out and talks to a kid. Everything's happy. It's not the fucking way panic attacks work. So, anyways, at least not in my experience, that's not how they work. Maybe he's different. Maybe some people are different. So, basically, not a bad movie. The first movie to start off this Marvel Phase 2 of superhero movies. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm probably over a minute. This stopped clicking, but hasn't beeped. It beeped! There. That was still timing. How does Amy not burn a lot of shit with this fucking chef? Like, timing her shit. Alright. Yeah, so that's my Iron Man. I probably went way over a minute, but hey, you wanted to hear it. Sean Dolphin writes, "Hey Kev, would you seriously ask Mick Foley if it hurt being thrown off the cell by The Undertaker?" Wrestling question there. Would I ask? No, I wouldn't. I mean, fuck. He was thrown off a fucking steel cage, went through a table. I don't give a fuck if you're padded. You can't practice that shit. You know what I mean? I know enough about the wrestling business, being a mark or smart, whatever you want to call it. Whatever. It hurt. It hurt when he had a fucking tooth coming out of his nose. I wouldn't ask him that question. What I would ask Mick though, I should ask Mick two things. Because, and Mick, if you're watching this, Mr. Foley, first of all, you are a fucking phenomenal wrestling talent. Great talker, good wrestler, great at what you did, and you definitely, fuck man, it's weird because you became so huge, and prototypically, if you look at Mick Foley as compared to another wrestler, like wrestlers that are cut and all the abs and all that shit, Foley doesn't fit that mold, but he fucking excelled and did great, and it's kind of in a way an inspiration of mine that even though I'm not fucking GQ, maybe I can achieve some fame. But no, this is what I would ask Mick Foley. I would ask him two questions. First question would be, how awkward was it when you were on Celebrity Wife Swap and you were in having that little meeting there with the other couple in the park, and then they started going at it, fucking yelling and shit and getting mad at each other? How uncomfortable was that for you to sit and have to watch that shit go down? Because it looked pretty uncomfortable to me. That's the first question. Second question would be, and Mick Foley's doing stand-up comedy right now. When is Mick Foley coming to Atlantic Canada? That's what I want to know. When's Mick Foley's fucking comedy tour coming to Atlantic Canada so I can go see it? Alright. Those are my questions. David Carmichael writes, who's your favorite comic book artist and writer? This is really... It depends on the era, I guess. It's a question that I could answer. I can answer several different ways. I'll do it like this. One of my favorite artists, and probably one of the best artists, and people like him and don't like him, and I'll tell you, I liked his run on Amazing and in Spider-Man, but I've never a fan of Spawn. Todd McFarlane. Probably one of the best, definitely one of the best artists of my generation. Of, you know, when I was getting into the comics and all that. Yeah, Todd McFarlane's fucking art is killer. It's killer. Too bad he doesn't do it enough anymore, and too bad he doesn't do any Spider-Man, that he couldn't, you know, like bury the hatchet with Marvel, if there still is a hatchet. I know there was at one point over the rights to Venom, and or who created him more than the rights. I'd love to see Todd McFarlane return to Spider-Man. At least someday. That'd be great. So I love McFarlane's art. McFarlane's writing, not so much, but I love his art. Who else? Writer? Okay, well, another artist, John Romita Jr. is great, but everybody knows that. John Romita Sr. is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man artists of all time. And because when I think of Spider-Man, I think of the look, and as I was a kid, and what I see Spider-Man as, it's Romita. It was always Romita art. Like in the pinball machine that I have downstairs, in all of the, like, the light switches you would get as a kid on your thing, the coloring books, the fucking, anything you would get as Spider-Man, anything as Spider-Man on the fucking box or on the packaging was John Romita Jr. Oh, Senior, sorry. John Romita Senior art. So that's why I have a fondness for John Romita Senior. A writer that I love, absolutely love this guy. Everything he touches turns to fucking gold. To gold! Like, if this guy... First of all, he should fucking go meet Gargamel. Because Gargamel's been trying to turn Smurfs into gold for years! For years, he can never do it! He can never do it! He said like, oh fuck, I need half a dozen Smurfs for gold. And it never worked. He's like, I need a dozen Smurfs for gold. That wouldn't work. Fuck, this guy could touch one Smurf and turn the fucker to gold. And that man is Mark Millar. Mark Millar, one of the best writers of the modern age, of today's era. Mark Millar, one of the best writers of today. So, yeah, I love Mark Millar. Love Mark Millar. Mark, are you watching this? Do you remember, like a few years ago when Kick-Ass came out and I did a video and I said Kick-Ass was awesome, and then you posted the video on your blog, on your website, and you put, this guy's awesome, and it was me. It was the memories. Oh, what the memories. So, oh, you had me at hello. Mark Millar, if you're watching this, you are awesome. All right. All right. Now it's Michael Washam, and he writes, out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, which are your favorite in order? Which is your favorite and why? And which Phase 2 movie are you most excited for? Always a fan. Thanks, Michael. Oh my god, if I have to go through them all. This is what I would say. I would give you just a few. I'm going to try to do this quickly. Best Marvel movie yet from the Marvel Studio era of movies is Avengers. For me, anyways. And, I mean, it was almost perfect for everything, in my opinion. The story was good. The characters were actually good. Nobody was really overshadowed by anybody else. And even the supporting cast was great. The movie was just well done. It was just well pulled off. And Loki's just fucking awesome. So that was cool. The fact you get to see Thanos in the credit, that kind of like just like propelled it. So yeah, Avengers would be number one. Number two, you got to go with the Marvel actually starting the whole big reboot. First big hit I guess they had on their hands was Iron Man 1. And I agree, Iron Man 1's a great movie. Again, Robert Downey Jr., they couldn't have picked a better Tony Stark. And I know we say it always in hindsight, and then later on you get somebody else come in, like, to set that up with the Joker, and then Heath Ledger came in and said, oh, Heath Ledger's the definitive Joker. And they'll do that all the time, but seriously, like, he fucking practically lived Stony Stark. Stony! He practically lived Tony Stark's life, except he didn't have no fucking superhero get-ups and all that. But the whole money, alcoholism and all that, he lived that shit. So, perfect. Actually looks like him too. It's awesome. So, Iron Man 1 will be there. After that, after Iron Man 1, I would have to go with Thor. Thor was great. And like Thor was the one that I thought would be the hardest to pull off because it was all set like mystical, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't on Earth anymore. It wasn't really grounded. You were in Asgard. You were in another place. But they fucking did it. And it was great, and it actually meshed with the humans, and it worked. It was good. Loki was just awesome too. So that Thor was good. Next one for me, anyways, Incredible Hulk. I love the Hulk. Hulk's one of my favorite Marvel characters. And ever since that Ang Lee Hulk, which was fucking horrible, Hulk has never gotten his just due. So to see him actually get a movie, and a lot of people were skeptical about it. Like, I don't want to see this because of the fucking Ang Lee. I don't want to see Hulk fight no Chihuahua man or no poodle. And I don't fucking blame you. But that's not what he does in this. He fights the Abomination. And supporting cast was great. So, and people are like, oh, well, Ed Norton's not the Hulk anymore. Yeah, that really doesn't bother me. Seriously, it really doesn't. I guess I've seen so many people play Hulk. Them two, with Banner, Norton, and, fuck, I can't even remember. Is it Ralph Fiennes? Can I remember the name of the other guy? I think it's Ralph Fiennes. And then before that, with his name here, Bigsby. The series, like, he was always played with somebody different, I guess, so that really didn't bother me. So it would go there. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 4. Fifth from the Marvel movies. I'm trying to think. I would have to go with Iron Man 2, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is when you look at the Marvel movies, probably the one that I would put at the bottom would be Captain America. Captain America is probably the worst of the Marvel movies. And I think it was because it was a period piece. I don't know. That could be part of it. I kind of like the whole when he's like being Captain America, you know what I mean? Like on the road, like he's a super soldier, but he's not a war guy yet. He's just like playing the role and encouraging the army. Those snippets and all that are cool. The Human Torch in the beginning of the movie is awesome. Yeah. These all like blend together after a while. It all seems like just one fucking big movie. Which is good, which is what the Avengers actually wanted to capture. So, yeah, that would probably be the worser one of the gang. Anyways, so it kind of gives you an idea. What do I think about the Phase 2 movies that are coming out? Well, we already got Iron Man 3. You know what I think about that. Like I said, not bad. Not great. Good enough. The new Thor looks okay. I haven't seen any of them right now, so it's kind of hard to say anything about them. Probably the ones that I'm looking the most forward to are Avengers 2, because, I mean, how can't you after seeing the first one? And I'd have to go Guardians of the Galaxy, and the reason, not only because of Rocket Raccoon, greatest hero ever, but I think, because it's different. It's different. I think that you almost have to compare what Guardians of the Galaxy maybe kind of to Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Corps, because they're kind of similar. So I'm just wondering, what are they going to do? Are they going to pull it off, or is it kind of going to tank like Green Lantern did? So I don't know. I think it will because it's Marvel, but you know, I wasn't overly impressed with Captain America or with Iron Man 3. Not that they're bad, but you know what I mean? So maybe, I don't know. I think it's going to be the hardest one for them to pull off. Probably a little harder than Thor. So, anyways, here's to hoping it's going to be good. Where the fuck is the Hulk anyway? We need another Hulk movie. That's what we need. Fuck, man. Fuck, we need the Hulk. I know there's talks about Phase 3 with the Hulk. Probably the Daredevils, as Daredevils come back to Marvel. I didn't really hate the first Daredevil movie, by the way. It actually wasn't that bad. A lot of people dissed on it, and I really didn't mind it that much. Sure, there's shit in there that wasn't great, but there's some cool shit in there. Come on, man. Come on. Give Daredevil a chance. Fuck. Alright. Next question from Moncton Spidey. Will you ever have Moncton Spidey join you on a future 101? I don't know. I don't know, Moncton Spidey. This is what I need to know first. First, before I put you in the 101. I don't know if I put you in a 101 though. I'd have a few ideas where I could use Moncton Spidey, but this is the thing. Moncton Spidey, what the fuck does your costume look like? That's the question. If it looks like that fucking Spider-Man that wrestled in Grand Prix Wrestling, which is a local wrestling promotion last week, then probably not. That's not my idea of Spidey. But if your Spidey costume is fucking stellar and ape shit, and you really are Peter Parker, like, I'm assuming you are, because you're Moncton Spidey, you probably are, then maybe, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And another thing about Grand Prix Wrestling, I, as my character White Noise, am issuing a challenge to Grand Prix Wrestling right now. You know what? I've wanted to be in the wrestling business for a long time. And I'm thinking, you know what? If I train a bit and all that, I should be good for at least one fucking match. So Grand Prix Wrestling, I want a match. I want a fight. I want a match in Grand Prix Wrestling. I want to record this match. I want to bring it to my nearly 10,000 subscribers. I want them to see DCompose, White Noise in action. And the person I want to take, well, there's two people. I would take on Rene Dupree, first of all. You know. Because I take on Rene Dupree. I take off Rene. Yeah. Cafe Rene, you know, have a little coffee, you know, a little jump like this and like that, you know. Fuck, I do that shit too. So, I take on Rene Dupree. But if you don't want to give me Dupree because he's like grooming, he's grooming trails. Because he's being groomed to be your champion, and you don't want to fucking lose the belt against White Noise, which I understand, I will take on your fucking spider clone. Spider-Man, huh? Fucking Spider-Man. Spider clone with his fucking $5 costume. I'll take you on. I'll fucking take you on, Spider clone. In front of all those cocainers around the fucking arena. Huh? Oh, we can't get the regatta anymore, so let's go now and get some wrestling. Fuck that! Fuck that! No spider clones. I don't like clones. Anyone who knows me knows I hate clones, and I hate Spider-Man clones even more. So to make it even more fitting, when I fucking destroy you. Alright. That totally fucking went. You know what? We were driving down a road there for a second. And it said like, you know what? You're getting to, it says dead end ahead. And it says, all exit right. And I'm like, fuck it. We're driving through. And that's what happened there. Alright. Brock Edwards writes, what is your favorite WWE match of all time? Another WWE question. Another wrestling question. The wrestling fans are out. Favorite WWE match? Holy fuck. Like, I've been watching WWE since WrestleMania 1. And when I say WrestleMania 1, I mean like I watched WrestleMania 1 like today. I mean like, we watched it off of fucking Viewer's Choice satellite, fucking taped on a VHS, and then rewatched it the next morning. So, illegal satellite, by the way. Statute of limitations passed. And it wasn't my satellite. But, so I've been watching it basically for as long as it's been really like big time, popular, mainstream, I guess. And I watched wrestling before that too, like local wrestling and that. Anyways, but, so I've seen a lot of matches. I've seen pretty much all the Raws. And I guess I've probably, maybe with a few in your house. What the fuck is that? Le phone. Le telefono. Le ring ring. Who is this? Let's see. What the fuck is that? Mute! Oh, fuck, man. Well, I guess you can't mute them all in one shot. Okay. We let the telephono ring and I'll get back to them later. Favorite WWE. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so I watched all the Raws, watched all the SmackDowns. I watched a lot of other wrestling too. Seen pretty much all the pay-per-views ever by WWE, probably with a few exceptions of some in your houses that I can't really remember. Same thing, WCW, all their pay-per-views, even up to Sting, Greed, Raw, all those ones. I've Nitros, Thunders. I've watched a lot of wrestling, is what I'm trying to tell you. Favorite match? Fuck. It's hard. It's hard to pick one. They can pick just one, because everybody always picks the same ones. They're like, this is the best match. This is the best match. And, you know what I mean? It's always like Hogan Giant, shit like that. It's like, no, that wasn't the best match that I've ever seen. Fuck. I don't know if I can answer the question. Can I not answer the question? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. The Rock Austin at WrestleMania, when Rock turned heel with McMahon, was good. I can't remember what WrestleMania it was. I feel bad for saying that because, fuck, I know. I can just see the comments now. It was WrestleMania, la la la. Fuck, man, I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was. It wasn't the teens. I remember that. Can't remember. Was it 17 maybe? I'm thinking, was it X8 in Toronto? That was against Hogan. I can't remember. Anyways, you know the one I'm talking about. The one when Austin comes in the ring and fucking whacks the shit out of the Rock with a chair over and over and over and over and over again until it's over. That was a good match. Another good match was Taker at WrestleMania. Undertaker against Shawn Michaels. That was a great match too. And I know there were two matches against Shawn Michaels. I'm trying to remember which one I liked better. I guess the career-ending one was more, I don't know, it was more iffy on if he was going to lose a streak or not. So might have to go with that, I guess. I guess like for like the modern wrestlers right now and all that, the CM Punk versus John Cena match at Money in the Bank, 2012. 2012? Was it last year? It's already been a year. Fuck. Yeah. No, it was 2011. 2011. The one when CM Punk was leaving WWE, leaving. That one was awesome because not because Cena, the match wasn't great. There were some sloppy moments. But the fucking energy in Chicago that night, from all the way from when CM Punk came out to the fact you didn't know what was going to happen. Was he going to win? Was he not going to win? You really didn't know. Then he wins. Then the fucking Money in the Bank winner, Alberto Del Rio, runs out and you're like, holy fuck, Alberto's going to fuck him over. And Alberto gets fucked over. Then he fucking takes the belt, blows a kiss, and fucks off. You're like, holy shit, this is insanity. So that was probably, it wasn't the best wrestling match, not by a long shot, because there's a lot of spots in there that, you know, that weren't super great. There were some good moments though. But the fucking energy of that night, that's fucking lightning in the bottle. We haven't seen that since. That's lightning in the bottle. So, yeah. That's what I'm sticking to. That's what I'm sticking to. Oh yeah, and Ricky the Dragon versus Macho Man. I know that one's always quoted as being a good match, but that isn't one of those good matches where people say Hogan Giant was a good match. Not really. Steamboat Savage, that really was a good match. It's a great match. Fuck, I miss Macho Man. He's so fucking cool. Alright, Brandon Cuevas says, what is your favorite independent comic book series or character? Holy fuck. You know what? I don't really read independent comics. There's just too much comics. There's too much shit to read. It's too much. Just in Marvel, fucking DC, it's crazy. The closest to independent that I even read isn't really even independent. It's fucking like Kick-Ass. That's not in the. You could argue it's an imprint, but it's from Marvel, but it's not independent. So I guess I don't read enough independent comics. Do you consider Valiant independent? Because Valiant Comics has apparently done some good stuff. I haven't read any of their stuff since The old days of Valiant, when fucking 18 covers of everything was released, which is actually a pet peeve of mine. I'm fucking rambling in this video, but who gives a fuck? Those who want to watch this shit will watch this shit to the end. Those who won't, I lost you a long time ago. Valiant Comics, the first time around during the whole comic boom and Image, they are all guilty of it. Fucking releasing 15 different fucking covers of every fucking comic. It was insane. And the fucking comic industry just fucking crashed. It crashed hard. And they didn't know what was going to happen. Fucking Marvel's fucking filing for bankruptcy protection. Or Chapter 2 bankruptcy, what the fuck they filed for. I don't remember. All the fucking the big comic honchos, the big fucking businesses are all fucking dying. And then they think, okay, let's fucking reboot the whole shit over again. Let's stop making 15 different covers for everything. Let's stop fucking trying to be greedy and release one fucking cover of everything, and then next thing you know, slowly and surely, it starts to go good again. Now it's starting to gain more steam. The movies are coming out, starting to gain more steam. It's getting popular. Just like it kind of popular, it peaked in the early 90s. They're doing it again! They're seeing 15 fucking covers of everything again! Haven't they learned their fucking lesson? What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna saturate it again. How many times do you have to put your fucking hand on a goddamn burner that's on before you realize that it's fucking hot? Oh, fuck, that aggravates me. Anyways. Yeah, so, that's my favorite independent comic, I guess. Ah, mercy. Alright. Next question. Eddie Herrera, who would you choose to play Venom in a new movie? Well, it kind of depends. Are we talking Ultimate Venom or are we talking the Venom of the Marvel Universe? You know what? I know who I would choose to play Venom in a Venom movie. There's two people. There's two people that are perfect for the role. Number one, me, of course. Of course I'd be perfect for the role. Because Venom's kind of a little ginger. It's a little gingy like me. A little ginger in there. Of course, I'd have to train and get buffed like I used to be when I was 20. But I could do it, and I would commit to it, and I would do it. That would be my first. Second thing, you know what? If you look at Eddie Brock in Amazing Spider-Man 300, look at him. Look at Eddie Brock. Tell me that fucker does not look like Brock Lesnar. And I know Brock Lesnar's a wrestler and all that, and you know, he's not an actor and all that. You know, fuck it, just don't make him talk as much. But he looks the fucking same. And he's even got the same name, Brock. You think that's a coincidence? He's practically born to play the fucking role. They look almost identical. Even the fucking haircut was almost the same. So, yeah, oddly enough, I would go with Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm not going with Brock. I mean, if it's just a Venom movie, just with Venom, well, maybe Brock Lesnar, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the acting will go. But if it's a movie with Spider-Man and Venom and Brock's supposed to be like the same type of Eddie Brock, meathead type guy, then fuck, why not? It's perfect. That's the way he wasn't Amazing. Brock Lesnar wasn't some super cunning fucking guy. He's a fucking meathead that had a vendetta that got a costume to fuck people up. Alright. So that's why I would pick him. And another question from David Carmichael. And, yeah, this question's cool. I will answer a second question from you, sir. Yeah. Which toy line is the most expensive and hardest to start collecting? Oh, Jesus. If you'd have asked me 15 years ago, I would have told you, I would have said Star Wars without even thinking about it. Because Star Wars was, keep that in mind, was the big boy on campus when it came to collecting. Star Wars was a shit. You couldn't get bigger because everybody was looking for fucking old Star Wars shit. And the fucking were going for ridiculous amounts of money. Then as soon as Power of the Force, well, when Power of the Force first started, Power of the Force 1, the toy line, people started getting interested in the old ones again. But then what happened is Power of the Force started reusing the same characters. And then it all went to the whole expanded universe. Then it went to, there's all kinds of, there's so many toy lines that are running by my head right now with Star Wars. Freeze frame, all those things that came out. And then now with the vintage collection ones, with the old card, old looking card backs of figures that were never released on old card, or that were. And you look at that now and you're like, well, holy fuck, those figures look kind of better than the originals, look-wise, so why are you going to want the originals as much? Some people are actually like, I don't want the originals, I can get these now for half the price. You know what I mean? You can get those on fucking eBay lots for like dirt cheap now. So it's almost as if they fucking oversaturated the market with Star Wars, and now it's just like, the toy line is just like almost gone to shit. Unless you got fucking sealed Star Wars items that are graded, and the whole grading thing fucking killed the industry too. Don't get me started on that. Grading for hockey cards or sports cards, grading for comics, and grading for toys is a fucking bad idea, because a grade is objective. And I've never believed in that from the get-go. And that's kind of like a whole 15 different covers of a comic book. It's going to eventually kill the industry. So, or contribute to killing it. So Star Wars would have been the big one, what I told you then. But let's fast forward now. That's all done, because Star Wars, okay, it's still a big toy line. People still collect it, but doesn't have the same appeal and the same monetary value that it once did. And you're talking about the most expensive and the hardest to start collecting. So it puts us into what I consider is the new top dog of toy collecting. And no, it's not Beanie Babies. Another fad. Transformers. And I know I'm pro Transformers because I'm a collector. But Transformers, bar none, is probably the most expensive toy line to collect. And it's probably on par with Star Wars for the most extensive toy line. Even G.I. Joe is pretty extensive. But I think if you broke it down, there's more Transformers per bot than there is Star Wars characters than there is G.I. Joe characters. So I think Transformers probably has the biggest toy line. And keep in mind, it's been going on forever. There's been no downtime, like between Power of the Force 1 in the mid-80s and Power of the Force 2 in the mid-90s. There's like a 10-year gap there. Transformers has never stopped. Never stopped. Though it hasn't come out, it didn't come out in 1977, started in 84, but it continued the whole way through. And because of that, because of all the Transformer lines that have come out, all the bots, that's got to be the main one, the big guy, the big kid on the block now. More than meets the eye, baby. Last question from Christian Robichaud, aka The Plow. Since Gary Bettman is commissioner of the NHL, it's hockey, not once has the Stanley Cup come to Canada. With all the controversies surrounding referees and inconsistencies with the calls they make in the playoffs every year, do you believe in a Bettman conspiracy where favoritism is the cause for it all? I don't believe in a Bettman conspiracy. And the reason why I don't is because I don't think he's smart enough to run a conspiracy in hockey. I think Gary Bettman is a businessman, and I don't think he has any notion of what hockey even is. That being said, it is kind of weird that since he's come on board, there hasn't been a Canadian team that has won the Stanley Cup. And the last Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup were my Edmonton Oilers in 1990. Now, I know some of you people out there right now are all like, no, it wasn't. It was the Montreal Canadiens in 1993. Guess what? The Canadiens are fucking Taliban. They're Taliban. They don't count. Montreal doesn't count. They're not Canadian. Taliban. Come on. So, Edmonton Oilers were the last team to win it in 1990, in my mind. So yeah. Do I think there's a conspiracy? No, I don't think he's smart enough. Do I think there's kind of some irony in there? Yeah, there is definitely irony in there. I think that since Bettman's there and he was a big pusher, Major League Baseball, big American, bring the market to America proponent, that the cup hasn't come back to Canada. But again, the Edmonton Oilers are going to win the cup again soon, bring it back to where it belongs, not just in Canada, but in the City of Champions. So I think that's it. That's the questions. We're good. I'm good, yeah. Okay. So, from DCompose and my chef, Bursky, thanks again for watching Ask Kev Anything. Sorry, it's a little long. Sorry. But yeah. So, yeah. You know what? Everybody out there, you should all start pushing Grand Prix Wrestling. Go to Grand Prix Wrestling's Facebook page. They got a Facebook page somewhere. Grand Prix Wrestling or fans of Grand Prix Wrestling, whatever it is. Go there! Go there! Link this video! Link is going to tell them, I want to see DCompose in a match. I want to see DCompose take the fucking spider clone and fuck him up. Or their future world champion, Rene Dupree, formerly of WWE fame. Yeah. I'd take any of those two. I'd fucking take them both in a handicap match. Yeah. Imagine the promo gold! Gold! I tell you, gold! Alright, till next time guys, take care. Later.